One is rolling. The beautiful Frank Castillo. Is that
You say well.
Do I really?
Yeah.
That's just me just saying like.
What? How do you know it's Castillo?
Because 2 L's.
And you know some Spanish for that?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I can't roll my L's.
Most of the people say Castillo.
Castillo?
Or Castillo. Or,
Well, that's just welcome to the South, man.
Yeah.
That's rednecks
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, my niece is my brother's daughter. In the school, it's Mia Castillo.
Oh,
for everyone.
Castillo?
Castillo. I mean, it's the same last name than me. Castillo.
Yeah, but they pronounce it
But
differently.
they pronounce it like Castillo, and they say by the phone or everything.
Yeah.
Mia Castillo. Like, I'm not Castillo, I'm Castillo.
Oh, okay. They're
She's
specific.
mad. She's
Really?
mad, yeah.
That's like, I mean, Americans and their first names are that way.
Yeah.
It's like we'll have a like a Jonathan.
Yeah.
And then there's one person who has like a dash over it or something. It's like John Nathan. And they have to be super bougie about it. I'm like, I'll go by whatever you want to call me, man. But anyway, so it's not about me today. I wanted to sit down with you.
Okay.
Frank Castillo, you were actually native to Cuba.
Yeah, I'm from Cuba.
And so I'm going to put a little flashback here, guys, from when I first met Frank. He didn't know who I was.
Being bigger.
Okay.
Yep, and save money.
Get bigger than you already are?
Yeah, I'm skinny, yeah.
Didn't know who he was.
No.
I was at Crunch Fitness, what was it, almost a year and a half ago, maybe?
Kind of 2 years ago.
We did a
It was in
Q&A.
December or something like that, and 2 years ago.
Yeah. So I didn't know you then, man, but over the last year, I've been blessed with the opportunity to get to know you a little bit.
Yeah.
And, coming in here, being an amazing customer. Thank you for your support.
Roland, thank you for your help.
Yeah, man. But no, like over that short time, I've picked up on a few things from you that, for one, inspire me a lot. And I just wanted to really hear your story, man. So like starting from Cuba, as being born and raised there, what's life like and what brought you here?
Okay.
That's how we'll start, if that's cool.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I'm 26 years old.
Okay.
So Cuba is complicated to explain. It's really complicated.
Yeah.
I try to explain to people that they don't live there, and they say, "What? Really? It's like that?" It's really complicated. It's a dictatorship, and it's a mess right there.
Yeah.
The government doesn't care about the people at all, and they have business, they have hotels, but none of that money for the people.
Really?
It's for them. It's like a mafia.
Yeah.
Exactly like a mafia.
Yeah.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
So is it a dictatorship or is it a communist?
It is.
Or same thing.
It's not a communist, because communist is supposed to be like
everybody.
the same for everybody, and what the books say.
Yeah.
And it's not like that. They call it communism or socialism or whatever they want to call it, but it is
a
not.
dictatorship.
It's not. It's not a dictatorship.
Understood.
It was Castro before, and then the brother, and now it's a Muppet there, like doing the same with the same business and everything.
It's crazy. So like governments, they'll call themselves one thing, but they just act,
and they show to the world like they care about the people, and they have like free education and free health, and it's a bullshit, because the education is free, but there is no book. There is no table. There is no board. There is nothing. That's
sad.
And it's a mess.
That's
and the health, the hospitals are a mess too.
Yeah.
You go to a hospital and there is no medicine. There is no I don't know, needles. Nothing.
No supplies.
Nothing. It's a jungle right there.
That's upsetting.
And they have their own hospitals and their own schools and for
I think
people.
I need to brush up on my history.
Yeah.
But I think didn't Russia fund a lot of that originally?
Yeah,
like they put it in
When the dictatorship started was in 1959, and they literally copied the Russia, the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
And they brought a lot of the books and the how to do the things, and they basically did the same in Cuba.
Wow.
For a lot of years. Yeah. And the Soviet Union just collapsed in 1992, I think. And we had a special period that is from then to now. Yeah. After the 1992 is like worse than ever. Yeah. It's like no food at all. Like really, you gotta fight for yourself. It's like it's
well, man. It opened my eyes. Yeah. And this was before I met you. I might have talked to you about this. Before me and my wife, now wife, got married, we went on an American luxury trip. It was a cruise, right? And we were on the cruise ship.
Yeah.
And they took us on the way back to Florida.
Yeah.
That we were on the coast of Cuba.
Okay.
And it broke my heart, man, because there was a dad that we intercepted who had made a raft out of
In a boat. And
he made it out of it looked like it was pallet wood.
Yeah, I got a gunspot. A lot of people die every day in that and the Florida stretch. Like if you see, for example, Mexico, it has borders, and they go to the ground, you know. But if you see Cuba, it's an island, and it's all water all the way around.
Yeah, so there's only one way.
And the only way to go to escape is a boat, or if you can, is what I did, is take a flight or somewhere else.
Yeah.
If you're lucky to do that, you take a flight somewhere else because it's not easy to take a flight directly to the US, you know. Yeah. And you take a flight somewhere else with the excuse that you're gonna do tourism and
you bolt.
Escape. Yeah.
So,
And people, you literally make boats like with trucks, tires.
Yeah.
You know, the tube inside the tire. They do boats with that, and they take a bottle and just do.
And they just try.
A lot of people have died.
Well, and it broke my heart, man. It was we took them in.
It's a lot of families separated. It's a mess.
And it was a dad.
It still happened today.
Oh, I know. I mean, this was only 3 or 4 years ago when I saw it.
Happened today.
And man, it was so sad because it was the dad, his wife, and 4 kids, and I just broke down into tears because I knew that an American ship intercepting them is still international waters. We had to turn them over to Coast Guard.
Yeah, return it to Cuba.
And that sucks.
Yeah.
And so my heart goes out to all the Cubans. I mean, it really does. It's heartbreaking. Yeah. So, you know, without going too far down that rabbit hole. Yeah. How did you make it here, man?
Just take it tourist flight to South America.
Yeah.
And I just took all the way here.
Yeah.
You know,
that's amazing.
Like I did boats, flight, and mountains, walk, swim, everything, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like 2 months trip.
Wow.
Coming here, yeah.
So did you have it planned out? Like, did you kind of know where your waypoints were going to be?
It's complicated.
Okay. Yeah, and you don't have to go into details if it's like very.
I can literally because it's you got to mess with the business that
I get it.
It's complicated.
I get it. Say less. Yeah. So okay. So obviously you made it here, and we were discussing right before we started recording kind of the differences that Americans have being raised in America, right? Our perspective is a lot different. We are so fortunate, and I see that. Yeah, we're so blessed, but a lot of us take it for granted. You being somebody who's legitimately lived in a dictatorship state, what do you think of the current state of America compared to like how my generation is treating it? I guess like what's your perspective, man?
Yeah, I mean, for me, America is the biggest country in the world. You know, it's the best country in the world to make progress and you know, to rise up. And I can tell that. I came here with nothing, exactly nothing. I don't have a lot, but you know, I have a decent life. I have my rights. Yeah, I have my rights. I have a plate of food on my table. I have a work. I have a job. I have basically my family is fine now. My parents still in Cuba, but my sister and my brother and my related family here, they're fine. They're good. You know, and when you grow up like in a country like with everything, sometimes you don't realize how lucky you are, and you do what some people do is complaining about the defects, and that's fine. That's fine. I mean, that's perfect. That's how things get better. You know, looking for the defects, but you can't forget about the how lucky you are. I said before to born in this country. You know, so I see some people like immigrants like me complaining about
everything that's going on right now,
politics or something. And like hating the country and showing signs about like bad words about the country, about whatever the police or whatever it is. And I think it doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense because you came here looking for a better life, looking for a decent job or a decent
a way out,
or a better life or freedom in my case.
Yes.
So if you have it, just take it and don't complain about it.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, if you hate this country, if you hate the people, if you hate the English and you don't want to learn English, just get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Get out of here. This is not for you.
Well, man, and that's
go somewhere else.
You're the exact type of person I want to have this conversation with, because from the moment I met you, you said, I'm sorry, my English is not good. But you never once complained about the fact that you sucked at speaking English. You improved your English.
Of course not.
Right?
And some people say, I'm sorry, I don't speak English. Oh, no English, no English. Bro, try it. You know, try it.
It doesn't hurt to try, man.
I noticed that in American people when I came here, that they prefer that you speak English wrong, that you say, I don't English, no English.
Yeah.
They prefer that you try it.
Yeah.
When my first job here was in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And at first I was in the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, and in the kitchen I don't treat with the the customers.
Yeah.
But eventually I was like, let me try the phone. Hello, this is Frank. How can I help you?
Right.
It's like step by step.
Yeah.
And with the customer, I saw that I didn't have the better English to communicate with them.
Yeah.
And sometimes they, can you call someone that speak English? And I say, damn, man.
Yeah.
And I felt bad.
But it
what
makes
I
you
did
work
after
harder.
that was to study more.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And in some cases, people say, oh, I'm not going to talk to a customer anymore.
No, man.
And what I did was, let me study more.
Right.
And I can come back and take a phone and whatever. And this is not to make myself better, but and then 6 months in that restaurant, I ended up like being the chief leader in that restaurant. Yeah, they put me like a chief leader.
Because you worked hard, man.
Yeah,
and I think
taking orders and all that.
That's an amazing segue actually into bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of similarities there.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I'm going to get to that, but I also wanted to say, before today, actually the other night when I talked to you at the gym and I was with my wife, she asked me, I was like, I'm doing a podcast with him next week.
Okay.
And she's like, so what made you want to have him on? And I remember the day that you came in here and you showed me your truck.
Yeah.
And that to me, man, I was seeing the joy in your eyes, seeing how hard you've worked.
Yeah.
And you earned that shit. Like,
thank you, man.
That made me so happy. And I knew there was something to I wanted to hear more about just your life, dude, because it's inspiring. And I think that if people take a step out of their own perspective for just a second to hear the perspective of another, dude, it could open up a lot of doors for them too.
Yep.
But with bodybuilding, right? You said something there that was really important. When you got on the phone with somebody at that restaurant, and they said, "Can I get an English speaker?" Right? You didn't say, "Oh, well, I'm not ever going to try again because they hurt my feelings." Right? Exactly. It's the same thing as like going into the gym. Right? And
people say you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Or you're small. Or you're
skinny, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or take put the weight on. I'm gonna do it now. So like stuff like that. Yeah. So basically, I first of all, I don't compete. I don't have any plans to compete on the.
I think you should if you want to. But
I mean, I don't have any plan for now.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future when I got time for that, maybe I do it. I don't know. For now, I don't. And the challenge with me in the gym is just get a better version of myself.
Yes.
Like not in the gym and everywhere, but the gym is part of that. It's a big part of that.
It carries over.
Yeah. And
you improve in one aspect of your life, every other aspect seems to follow, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
you can be getting better in anything, and just basically the gym is a big part of that.
Yeah.
Actually, my brother is 42 years old.
Oh, wow.
And he has never tried at all anything. He had a belly and skinny.
Yeah.
And when I came here, he felt like I wanna be healthy. I know it's not too late, but I wanna be healthy. And I said, well, let's do it. It's never too late. And then I gave him some tips, and he's so much better now.
Yeah.
He had a good shape. Like it was 3 years ago. He had been training for 3 years. He had a better shape. So your life changed when you look at yourself in the mirror and you see yourself better and like a better shape.
Yep.
Nobody can tell that they feel good like being obese, and I have nothing against those people,
Yeah.
But
a lot of people, though, I find are lying to themselves.
So
I think that we don't often a lot of us are not aware enough to be able to tell ourselves the truth.
Yeah.
Right.
Some people they lie themselves, But exactly when you see yourself in the mirror and you're in a good shape and you feel good and you feel healthy and you feel with energy, your life is like that. I think like 50% better.
Very much. It carries over so much. I use the carryover statement a lot when I'm speaking to athletes, like when I'm teaching football players about the importance of carrying over their strength into speed and different components of athletic performance. But the same thing with life. If you look better, you're going to feel better about yourself, whether you actually do anything different about how you look or not.
Yeah.
You feeling better about yourself is going to present itself to the world as more confident, more capable. And so that's so important, man. And I think that also goes hand in hand with really, I think, what the consensus of our little podcast is about here.
Yeah.
The American spirit and, what it's built on. Obviously freedom, but also excellence. Yeah. I think, yes. Yeah. I mean, we're humans. I don't think we're ever going to be perfect.
What happened in Cuba is it's really hard, having a good nutrition, supplements.
Yeah. Do you have access to that?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
Okay.
Well, my pre-workout in Cuba was a banana. Yeah, exactly.
Banana gains, baby. Banana gains.
And sometimes coffee.
Okay. Yeah. A little bit of coffee. All right.
That's it.
I love it.
And there is no, I had no idea about the macros. What are you looking for macros in Cuba?
Yeah.
There is no macros you're looking for. You eat today, you're lucky.
Wow.
What macros are you looking for?
Right,
it's
right.
Crazy.
What's the most? I mean,
it doesn't make any sense.
What's the cuisine like? Like, what's the native dish like? If you were to go home today and you could pick any food dish that you had growing up.
Yeah. Well, we in Cuba we cook a lot of beans.
Okay.
Like black beans or pinto beans sometimes. But there is a famous Cuban food. It's like arroz con gris. It's like rice, but it's kind of beans with rice mixed in the same time when you're cooking. That's arroz con gris.
Okay.
And you can have pork or pork basically.
Yeah.
And yuca.
Okay.
You know yuca?
Yeah, I had yuca. Yuca's popular in Brazil too.
Yeah, South America.
Yeah, it's not a it's like a weird mix between a potato and I didn't like it.
It's kind of like
personally.
A potato.
Yeah.
Here in the tropical grill, you can find fried yuca.
Okay.
Yeah, you can find it and you can taste it. But it's like a potato.
It's like a little squishier than that though to me. Maybe I don't know. I had
soft. Yeah. When you boil it.
Oh, okay.
Soft,
yeah.
Like a potato.
Yeah. See, I had yuca fries and they were they were just massive chunks.
Yeah.
Of
they're like
the yuca.
sticks.
Yeah. So that was good, man.
But we do it boil it boil the yuca with the arroz like the rice and beans together. With the pork, you can get some salad and that's it.
You're in the south of the United States. You can say arroz.
Okay.
You can say pollo. You can say carne asada.
Nice.
We're all gonna know it here because us Southerners, man, we love South American food.
Yeah.
So, so that's one thing you don't have to worry about. But so you back on the gym really quick. What does a typical Cuban gym look like?
Oh, it's smaller than this store.
Okay.
Pretty smaller than this store.
It's pretty dang small.
It is super small, and all the equipment is rusty. Anything you touch, you're gonna mess your hands, and the floor is not really ready for the gym. It's like concrete or sometimes round.
Really?
Yeah, and there are some different levels of gym. There are some people with more money that can go to another gyms like a little bit better, but in general, they are all like what I'm talking about, like this, like rustic, basic stuff. If you have a mirror, you're lucky, and a fan. Yeah. If you have a fan, you're looking.
Oh wow.
And
man, I mean that's just another. We take so much for granted here.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about Crunch Fitness.
When I first stepped in Crunch Fitness, it was like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, for me. Can I use it?
Yeah. And the thing is, even that.
Yeah.
The amount of, even me, man, I get frustrated when the equipment's taken.
Yeah, I know.
Or, when if it's so busy or the air conditioning's not working too great.
We have a joke in my family, my family here, sometimes someone is stressed. Oh, I'm stressing. everyone look each other and say, he's stressed. Oh. He's stressed, like,
Right,
are you
right.
stressed?
Yeah.
Or,
Cry me a river. Yeah,
let
yeah.
me cry for you.
Yeah, there's a little small violin.
Just get up
Yeah,
and let's go.
yeah. That's a
Just
good
stress,
perspective,
not
though, man.
stress.
So
Yeah,
so
literally everything. Like, I mean, there are some serious stuff like you can get stressed about it, but pretty like every small problem that I have here is like, man,
that's nothing.
it's not bothering me.
Yeah, nothing
It's
nothing compared.
I can pass through that.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, man.
I kind of like have like a shield against that.
Yeah.
And I take it better in that way. We come from the words.
Have you ever heard of a concept that we use in America for people like you? It's called the immigrant edge. You ever heard that?
No.
So the immigrant edge is exactly what you're speaking on.
Okay.
Where you come from a place that you didn't know any different.
Yeah.
Right? Like how terrible it was. That's just what you always knew.
Yeah.
And so you came here and you actually have the advantage. Not to say that disrespectfully.
Yeah, sure.
Your work ethic is so much stronger than any of us Americans because you've been through so much.
Maybe, yeah.
And so that is why you're gonna build a great life here, man. Like you already have.
Hope so.
No, I know you are.
Yeah.
I know you are. And you're doing great things. You are building a life for yourself here that I've only known you for 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, man.
And I think you're gonna do great things. So thank you for joining
and
us,
thank
man.
you
No,
for
seriously.
for your help, for your business.
Hey, man,
and you
that's-
bring
yeah.
knowledge to everyone.
That's what
awesome.
yeah.
You were talking about it before, and not a lot of people do that.
Thank you, man.
They don't care about it. They
Yeah.
just sell, make numbers,
Yeah.
and that's it. And you don't. You take care. And
That's the whole goal,
awesome.
man. That's the whole goal. This place, this ultimately, as much as I joke around and say this really is a passion project.
Yeah,
This
I can see that on you.
this is not a this was never something to get rich.
Okay.
Like I want to make a good living.
Okay.
Right. I want to provide for my wife and my family.
Yeah.
But this right here,
Yeah.
these relationships to me,
Yeah.
they mean so much more. And so I appreciate you noticing that.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. But
Yeah. You can see it in you. Yeah.
well, thanks, man. Thank you.
Of course.
Likewise to you. So thank you.